And if you look informations to build your meditation practice and to have a calmer, happier, wise lifestyle for yourself with the Buddha's teaching. So in these sessions, we share basic informations. Hopefully it may help for you so you can follow us. So every day we come online, 8 p.m. from Los Angeles time. And you can follow us on YouTube or Facebook Live. Also, we have ongoing Zoom meditation session. So let me get connected with the other network and we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear the Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, We'll take few minutes for ourselves to understand, become very clear with the practice, how this practice can help for us to develop our wisdom path. So when it comes to meditation, the very purpose of meditation, having a very clear mind and understanding regarding yourself. It's not about understanding the outside world. So in the very first level, knowing who you are, who is the real person inside this skin, what is the real story happening in your life. It's very, to know that, it's very important. And when it comes to today, more than any other time, we use all the science, technology, mechanism, methods to know people. So as example, in any field, the government try to hack people, doctors try to know the patients, and they try to know the people better than them. And sometimes the business world, they want to know the people. And so when you look at each and every part in the society, more than any other time, now they invest so much money to know people. And it works. So as example, with your cell phone, now when you walk to the mall, and sometimes if you into certain branded names, they know that you came and look into that. And they already have the rights to track your phone. And out of that tracking, what they try to see, they try to see the story behind you, what you like, what kind of person you are. Because once they know that, game is over. So then it is very important for you, before they know you, if you know who you are, you're going to win the life. It's in the very conventional life, it's always kind of like a game. It's, we don't like to use that word, but knowingly or unknowingly, it's happening around us. So then somehow other people may know you, but if you know who you are before they know you, you can survive. So meditation is a method take you deeper into yourself, because the thing is, and sometimes we misunderstand ourselves. We don't recognize really who we are. Sometimes our own thoughts, our own mind, our own wisdom misguide us. We believe, oh, I know. And in the society, we have many qualifications. We have many identities. We have many recognitions. But when it comes to ourselves, sometimes we don't know really who we are. Why? Because we mostly try to maintain the identity with the outside world. And we try to prove that, we try to bring the signature for the outside world. And when we struggle with that, what happened? That ourselves, we lost our inner roots. So as example, sometimes that See, just imagine that the outside world, if they try to recognize me as a monk, so if I try to prove them I'm a monk, so then what happened in that very moment? I lose deeper inside me. I disconnect from my real identity because I try to sympathize, empathize, prove, and I try to make other people comfortable and trying to becoming a monk. But at the end of the day, it doesn't work sometimes. So because when we hold it to these identities, the characters, how far we can go? How long we going to hold it to that? So that's why it is better you first know yourself. And people spend so much money to know that. And when it comes to the Buddha, the one of the quality that Buddha had, the Buddha had the ability to know other people. It's just by appearing, just by seeing themselves. It's not like using any application. It is not by using any software or any satellite or any kind of like detective cameras. Just by mind. And exactly know who is that person. And sometimes that person doesn't know who is that person. The same thing with us. So maybe we don't know who we are. So that's why it is very important for you in your life journey for tomorrow. It doesn't matter whatever the life you interfere with others. Just know who you are. Because then in the very conventional life, you're going to become more comfortable and you're going to have the peace. And at the same time, and other people also going to be comfortable around you. Because if you don't know who you are and maybe you interfering with other people and believing and thinking you are this kind of person, but once you enter to the other people's lives, it's very difficult to get out of them. So that's why it is your responsibility. So through meditation, it brings ability for yourself to deeply understand. So when it comes to that, what we understand, what is the meaning of this looking inside or recognizing ourselves? So when it comes to life means this all the 5 aggregates: form, feeling, perception, volition, and the consciousness. So the form that itself with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, in the very first level, whatever that get connect, that it bring the form to yourself. With your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, that any perception, if in the very first level, if you don't have the form, it will contact, it not belong to your life. And out of that form, that the feelings arise. So the feelings is kind of like a story for yourself. That's your history, your own story built up out of the feelings. Seeing and recognizing feelings means you recognizing your story inside you. And the perception, so what you perceive out of your feelings, beyond your feelings, there is a current keep chasing and go behind something. When the feelings arise, it's just not going to disappear itself. It try to fulfill something. So that fulfillment happen out of the perception. Because when there is no perception, with the contact with the feelings itself disappear. And the volition. And not only that, that perception has a deeper connected to your past memory. So then when you experience something with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, it is just not a single moment of independent experience. There is a story behind your happening. So then whatever you recognize, whatever you feel, whatever you experience within your body and mind both, it's a kind of like a part of the story that happening in you. So the thing is, when you engage with the outside world, sometimes you don't know this story. And sometimes that the story is so long. And it is sometimes very dark, unclear. And sometimes it all the characters misplaced. So then you can't recognize it. And when it happened like that way, the behind deeper story, there is a character you build up, but in the present moment you have a different way of lifestyle. So then it's kind of like a disconnect. And as a result of that disconnection, you are hammering to yourself. You are struggling, you are fighting with yourself. Because inside in that your background story, try to bring different character, and the surface level you acting a different character. So this build up a very chaos within our life. So in the very first level, once you know that this inside, it bring a kind of like a wisdom, the very first level of wisdom for yourself, to know the very nature of life. So remember, more than any other time, this is a kind of like the best time period for us human beings to understand things. And we are so capable. It is just not only the machines and technology or the outside, these material things developed to this level. It all came out of the power of the mind. So the mind also so advanced now more than any other time. So then you are experiencing that. So then more than any other time, you are capable to see and recognize yourself. So that's why use that ability. Spend some time a little bit. And track yourself and be mindful regarding this inside. It's not just a kind of like a following kind of like ideas or believing system, or kind of like you doing some kind of rituals. It's totally different. So that's why practicing meditation is very necessary, to build up that skill. Because seeing ourselves, recognizing ourselves, observing ourselves is not going to happen itself. So first, remember the very purpose of all this practice, knowing yourself. So then the world always keep trying to know who you are. And if you don't know yourself in front of them, you're going to fail your life. It doesn't matter whatever the lifestyle, your social, spiritual, personal, any lifestyle. So then it is your responsibility in the conventional life or your spiritual life, your social life, your personal life. First, you know yourself. And then you can handle yourself. So that's bring a kind of like a self-ability. And it build up a kind of like a self-confident. And it build up a kind of like the trust in you. And it will help you to get out of the fear regarding this life. So when it comes to that, as you know, the data nowadays, you know, that the one of the most expensive currency. And people spend so much money to get data, informations. And out of that informations, what we try to do, we try to know something. And why we need to know something? Because deeper in our mind, there is a space always to know things around us. And if you don't fulfill that gap, and always there is a doubt, unsatisfaction going to be. But the thing is, and sometimes we misguide that need of informations. The best fulfillment out of the information is knowing yourself, not about others. We like to know a lot of things. You know, everybody like to know things. That here in front of me, in front of this computer, yourself, you sitting with your phone or the iPad, and you would like to know something. Just imagine, you know, that whatever the information you get from something, it will never fulfill that that inner needs. So otherwise, just imagine, you know, that even the people today, you know, search about the God through Google. They Google and they learn the God, you know, learn about the God. So it's everywhere, you know, information. And the Nibbana, and people know the Nibbana from the Google, you know, but it never going to take them there. It will never, you know, take them to Nibbana. Knowing the God from, you know, Google will never take you to meet the God. That's the thing that you have to understand. So reading a book it's okay, you know, but reading a book never take you to the wisdom. That's something else. When it comes to the ancient time, to today, the very human nature, the very advanced method to activate your deeper inner true wisdom is not by reading, it's not by looking at something, it's by having a conversation and listening to somebody. And that is something that you can get into the true nature of the wisdom. In another way, it's called the Shrutame Jnana, listening. So when you listen, it's not a kind of like you just listen to words. It's deeply you start to build up a connection with yourself. So that connection will bring some kind of wisdom for yourself to know who you are. So that's why listening doesn't mean you listen to somebody and then you get, no, that when you listen, it allows you to get connected to yourself. So that's why that even though we practice meditation, in the beginning we share some kind of information related to practice, because that listening will help for you to build up that clear foundation. So when it comes to this journey, you go towards inside. There are certain tools that you have to have. There are many tools, boxes, day by day, we have to moderate and change sometimes different tools. So one of the best tool that you have to have when you go this journey, this physical comfort. So your posture, the cloth you wearing, the seat you have, the environment, this is very necessary. So then look into that. In the basic level, see the condition of your body. So that's why when you sit for meditation, it's better you have kind of like a very clean body. It's not only for your physical, it's give a very clear background for your mind also to go deeper. So then always remember. So the body and mind in a very, on the practice point of view, we talk it as two things. But these both work together. So when you start to know yourself, so one of the important things, start to work with your body and keep it clean. And you keep it clean, and at the same time, you have to take care of it very well. It is not you deeply attached to that, because the body is a result of cause and effect. So the body belongs to this nature. It's not belong to us. So then you have to take care of it very well rather than abusing it. So look into the very physical nature within yourself. Put some attention to that. So once you start to put that attention like that way, your egocentric mind start to little by little become weaker. Otherwise, if you hold the body, if you overtake the body and try to push hard and give a hard time, it's like you kind of like a hammering to yourself by the time. Now, out of that, most of the disciplinary practice, you're going to have a very comfortable, relaxed physical lifestyle. So that's why when you go towards this journey to know yourself, the very first thing, start to take care of your physical body. That is one thing. So the second thing is, you have to remember that timing. This body belongs to the time. And this practice belongs to the time. So within another minutes, few minutes, this session going to over, then you're going to go to another thing, then you're going to go to another thing. So you belong to time. Even though you take care of the body, you have to remember this belongs to time. So use the time to maximize your wisdom. So it is your choice. That choice is moment by moment choice. It's not whatever you have done in the morning. Don't think it's going to bring the same result in the evening. It's totally different. Your body going to be different, the environment going to be different. So like that. So then, in your timeline, within this life, you always have to take this your present moment as the best time that you have. And you have the physical strength now, and then you develop the connection within the environment using the time. So that is the skill. And sometimes we neglect that. So build up that connection. Always, when you know your body, naturally what happens, you start to recognize the rhythm of time. So then time to time, whatever that day, that your mind will change in a certain level, it shift. In that shifting mode, in a certain level, you can connect to different kind of vibrations. So then, in the beginning, it is very important for you to get the help out of the time. So that's why in the beginning, when you practice meditation, keep practice like every day at the same time. Look that when you drink a coffee, tea, water, when you go to sleep, when you wake up, so when you have the lunch, when you feel hungry, sleepy, so you have, it's kind of like the same time it happens. So why you can't bring this practice to that rhythm? So like that, always remember the second thing is you start to see the timing. So the first thing, the physical, you take care of physical. The second one, you have a very good sense, use sharp understanding regarding the timing. And the third one is build up the Sangha, community of Sangha, and how you engage with others. That is very necessary. Just imagine when it comes to that, any subject in the world, maybe you learn theories, but whatever you learn, when you're going to apply it to society, you need people. So that's why build up a very good community of Sangha is very important. It is not just having a conversation or having people around you. It is more than that. So we always can't go to only quality people, but still you have to remember, at least you have to have few people around you can always guide you forward, push you forward, and get help and anchor to that people around you. Because when your life go up and down, there should be some kind of people around you to anchor. So that is important for your practice. When you have that, you build up it and you go forward. So then you get the benefit, and at the same time, then you become anchor to someone else, and you give that facilities to somebody behind you. So you go forward with someone, and at the same time, you have to allow someone to come behind you. So that sometimes we don't do that. We are so craving to know things, and we are so craving to have people around, that kind of like, good people around us, but we don't allow anyone to follow us. We have a very kind of like a secret personal lifestyle. No one can come closer to you, but you build up your own kingdom inside you, and you think you are the queen and you are the king, and this is my kingdom. No one can cross the lines. But when it comes to this spiritual path, we don't build up that kind of lifestyle. So then, in any way, in any situation, you follow someone else's bridge and allow someone to follow you also, and you become a bridge to somebody. So it is not easy. It is not that you share life with your husband, wife, children, friends, and family members, brothers, sisters. So in this spiritual path, it is more deeper. So you have to transform your life, this conventional life, to that kind of spiritual lifestyle. So it is not just the practice meditation, just closing your eyes and you just sit every day yourself and you detach from the outside world. Not like that. You have to have a lifestyle. In a certain way, you share it. You do things for others also. So remember these 4 things, because when it comes to that, your spiritual path to know yourself will always bring the abilities, brush up the skills when you engage with other people. So one is physically, you take care of yourself and tune to the timing, and you start to follow the other people, and at the same time, you allow others to follow you. So that way, day by day, your journey become more successful, your journey become more meaningful, and out of that journey, you start to know yourself. And that knowing yourself will bring the transformation, will bring the clarity to yourself. And when the day that you come, that you know yourself exactly as it is, and you will recognize the very next moment, there's no self-centered mind to maintain, because once you know yourself, it brings the ultimate bliss of Nibbana to your journey. So that is our purpose. That is why we practice little by little like this. So then out of your practice, you gain the benefit, and at the same time, when you find a light, that out of that light, that other people also can see. So then you have to remember, this is not a kind of like a self-centered, egocentric practice. But in the beginning, you have to know this journey is not that you sacrifice your life to outside. You go inside, and when you go inside, you get a more bigger, sharper, clear, vivid light to yourself. And that's how you can bring the light to others. Otherwise, if you don't know that who you are, if you have the darkness in you, don't try to bring the light to outside world. It doesn't work. That is what happened around us. So a lot of people like to bring the light to the world, but inside they have deeper darkness. So we no need to be like that. So then remember, your life, yourself, this is the best time in your life, and out of this life, find your light. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck, head straight in one line, and be comfortable yourself. And bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Swapateva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again, and recognize the inhalation, exhalation, following the sensation. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Tavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Addaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjissami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavattaya Vahangotu Sabba Dukkha Pamunchatu. Bless you.